In this video, we're going to be solving different types of linear equations. Now remember, a linear equation only contains x to the exponent of 1. In number 1, we first want to simplify this left-hand side by opening parentheses. So we're going to do that. We're going to multiply through by this minus 4. All right, so we're going to just use the distributive law, multiply through. So we have 3, and here we have minus 4 times 2, minus 8. Then minus 4 times minus 3x, so that'll be plus 12x, is equal to 7x plus 2. Continue simplifying on the left, subtract 3 minus 8, so we have minus 5 plus 12x is equal to 7x plus 2. And now let's gather the x terms together, subtracting 7x from both sides. And here we have, bring down that minus 5. Here we have 5x is equal to 2. And now we're going to solve for the x term. We have a minus 5 here, so add 5 to both sides. We have 5x is equal to 7. And now divide by 5. And we have x is equal to 7 over 5. In number 2, we want to simplify by removing these denominators 5 and 3. So we're going to multiply both sides by the common denominator of 15, because that's the smallest number that 5 divides into and 3 divides into. So let me just copy this over here. All right, so we'll multiply this side by 15. All right, 15 over 1. And here as well, 15 over 1. On the right-hand side, let's divide 3 into 15. And now we can multiply 4 times 5, so we end up with 20x on the right-hand side. On the left side, first let's multiply through by 15 over 1, and then we'll cancel the 5. Okay, 15 times 2, we have a 30 here. So now we're ready to divide 5 into 15. So here it goes 3 times, so now let's multiply 3 times 3, that's 9x, plus 30 is equal to 20x. Now we want to isolate the x term, so if we subtract 9x from both sides, we will have x by itself on the right-hand side. That is the x term, 11x, on the right-hand side. And we just have one more step, dividing by 11. And we have x is equal to 30 over 11. In number 3, again, we want to get rid of the denominators 6 and 2. Okay, so let me just copy that over here. So we're going to again multiply both sides by the common denominator. Well, that would be 6. 6 is the smallest number that 6 divides into and 2 divides into. So we're going to multiply by 6 over 1 over here, and on the right side as well. On the left side, we can just cancel those 6's, and we get 2x minus 3. On the right side, we'll multiply through. Here we get 6 plus 5x over 2 times 6 over 1. Now do the canceling. 2 into 6 is 3 times. So we have 2x minus 3 is equal to 6 plus 5x times 3, that's plus 15x. All right, now x terms. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. So let's bring down that minus 3 equal to 6 plus 15 minus 2, that's 13x. And now we want to isolate this x term, so let's subtract off that 6. And we have 13x is equal to, let me just put the equal sign. Let me line up those equal signs. 13x is equal to minus 9. And just divide by 13. And we have x is equal to minus 9 over 13. Number 4 is of the form fraction equal to fraction. So we can cross multiply here. So we're going to multiply this way and this way. All right, so here we have 3 times x plus 3 is equal to 5 times 2x minus 1. Okay, let's open parentheses, multiply through. 3x plus 9 is equal to 5 times 2x, that's 10x minus 5. All right, let's take care of the x terms, subtracting 3x from both sides. And we have 9 is equal to 7x minus 5. And now we want to solve for this x term, so let's get rid of the minus 5. Let's add 5 to both sides. And here we have 7x is equal to 14. Divide by 7. And we have x is equal to 2. Number 5, we have some coefficients of the decimal numbers, and we'd like to clear them out and have only whole number coefficients. So if we multiply both sides by 10, the decimal will move over one place to the right, and we'll have whole numbers for coefficients. So let's do that. Let's multiply both sides by 10. Okay, we'll multiply through, and here we get 23x minus 30 is equal to, okay, there we have 31x plus 50. Okay, now let's subtract 23x from both sides. Let's take care of those x terms. And that's 8x plus 50. And now subtract 50 from both sides. And we have 8x is equal to minus 80. All right, now divide by 8. And we get x is equal to negative 10. In number 6, let's start by opening these parentheses. All right, so we're going to multiply through by minus 2x. Right here and here. So we have 3, and here we have minus 10x, and here we have minus 2x squared is equal to minus 2x squared plus 3x. So now we see after opening parentheses that we have this minus 2x squared on both sides. So basically we can just cross those off. All right, or more formally, if we add 2x squared to both sides, they will basically cancel, and we have 3 minus 10x is equal to 3x. All right, let's take care of these. So notice this no longer appears to be quadratic. It was actually linear all along. Quadratic means having that x squared term. All right, so let's just take care of these x terms. Add 10x to both sides. And we have 3 is equal to 13x. And finally, just divide by 13. And that's it. That's our solution, 3 over 13. In number 7, we want to solve for x, but notice we have some other variables thrown in here. So let's proceed like we always do. Let's first isolate the x term. Okay, we're going to add 2b to both sides. But I'm going to line the 2b underneath the 5b because those are like terms, so I might as well combine them. So here on the left, I have 3ax. Okay, these canceled. Equal c plus 5b plus 2b is 7b. All right, now to finish solving for x, we'll divide by 3a, divide by whatever's multiplying x. Make sure you put your division symbol all the way across. All right, now this cancels, and we have x by itself. X is equal to c plus 7b over 3a. Okay, in number 8, we have these two x terms, and we'd like to somehow get only one next term. All right, so what we can do here is we can actually factor out x from those terms. So let's do that. So we have a plus b times x is equal to c. So we just pulled out the x over there on the right-hand side. And now to finish solving, we'll divide both sides by a plus b. Okay, so we have x is equal to c over a plus b.